The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Central Kentucky high school basketball starts now. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
Live from Paul Lawrence Dunbar, Glycod is on the air. Three great games today from the 11th region. I'm Chris Labar. He's former UK Wildcat Sean Woods. Up first, Sean, it's Bryan Station and Great Crossing.
Two great teams that have had great seasons thus far, Chris. You got Bryan Station, who's weathered the storm, and then you got Great Crossing, who's been the darling thus far with the big-time McDonald All-American and Kentucky signee, Malachi Moreno. So it's going to be two contrasting styles, but a great, awesome basketball game.
Wonderful atmosphere, and thank you so much for joining us. They've been lined up for well over an hour to get in.
No doubt about it. I mean, they're kind of slowed up a little bit. Cars are parked all the way on the side of the street on Manowar as I was coming in, Chris. So everybody's trying to get in here to see the big-time action with these two good teams.
Game two will be Douglas versus Lex Cath. Let's start with Lex Cath. They lost 9 seniors off last year's team, but they're back again in another regional semi.
Brandon Salzman is like a well-oiled machine. That Lexington Catholic, they just never stop. No matter who comes in, no matter how many seniors, freshmen, sophomores they got, they're always going to be in contention, and that's just predicated to the tradition over there at Lexington Catholic.
And you've got Douglas, Murray Garvin, 11th Region Coach of the Year. There's not much Douglas hasn't done this year.
No doubt about it. Very talented, but led by a big-time veteran coach who's been all over the country coaching in Murray Garvin.
We'll wrap things up with the girls matchup, the 11th Region Final. It's Madison Central versus Douglas, and the Broncos perhaps a slight nudge in that game.
Well, no doubt about it, because of their experience, and record and what they've done. But you can't count Lexington Catholic out, especially during tournament time. This is where they emerge because of that magnificent system. And Brandon Salzman has always been able to make adjustments as the season progresses.
A full diet of basketball. So glad you joined us. We'll be on the air for about the next 9 hours. More coverage coming up. It's Bryan Station and Great Crossing from Glycod.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Mathnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Mathnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Mathnasium, we're changing lives through math.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
With Fast Signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Here with Coach Champ Ligon, head men's basketball coach of the Bryan Station Defenders. Champ, is always a pleasure, man. Me and you getting together, and that means everything's going good for you the more we talk, huh?
Right.
Well, listen, you got a good one today. You know, regional semifinals against what they call the Juggernaut. Talk to me about it.
Well, they're number 2, but I think we're number 4, so we ought to be right there with them. It's just great opportunity, great atmosphere. I mean, it's an hour before the game, and people are lined up outside. It's just it's going to be a fun day.
Champ, you're going against Great Crossing. You know, they got a kid, Malachi Moreno, who was McDonald All-American, one of the top bigs in the country. They have another kid that's just as good as going to Moorhead. But your energy as a team keeps you in the mix. What's the objective of the game today? What must be done for you guys to really have success against this team?
Well, obviously, we can't let Marino go crazy on the boards. We got to keep a body on him at all time, double team him if he gets the ball close to the basket. You got to always keep your eye on Dawson, because once he wakes up, he can just be in a zone. So we got our hands full, but we got some things for them.
Well, I found out that their point guard's not there, that's been there for a while, so that kind of makes you lick your chops a little bit because of that heat that you bring. I'm sure you're going to do your best to try to make him uncomfortable today, huh?
Right. LJ Holman's a great player. He's kind of filled that role. We're going to have to keep the pressure on him all day and try to break him down over the course of the game, really just wear him out over the course of the game.
Well, Coach, I know you're trying to get ready for your team, man, but good luck today, and hopefully we'll be talking after the game.
Sounds great, son. Sounds great.
All right, man.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
You've got a lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teachers, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Today's broadcasts are authorized by Paul Lawrence Dunbar High School and the 11th Region with production rights owned by Glycod. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. Champ Ligon into this matchup for another year, but perhaps one of the storylines of late, Justin Richmond, averaging 15 points in the postseason.
He's been immaculate in the postseason play, Chris. He stepped up to the plate as a senior, really making his way and giving this team another boost and another scoring option outside of Amari Owens and Tayshawn Adams.
This group into this regional semi for the first time since 2015, but boy, that 57% foul shooting graphic just resonates. It's in pink highlights. They must shoot the ball better today.
No doubt about it. They got to stay aggressive. They want to force fouls, especially Malachi Marino. They want to get him in foul trouble with their quickness, but when they do that, they must go to the line and shoot a better percentage than they have all year.
This Bryan Station team, again, having a fantastic year at 25-6, and Champ mentioned a couple of wrinkles. What do they have in store today for Crossing?
Well, I tell you what, I know they're going to press LJ Holman all night long, make it tough for him, and try to wear him down throughout the course of the game because he's the only true point guard that Great Crossing has. Also, they got to make sure that Malachi Moreno doesn't get any easy buckets. Send him to the line, force him to make free throws, and use your bench for fouls. And also, just the main thing is they got to match Great Crossing, can't allow them to dominate them on the glass, and make sure Vince Dawson doesn't get going, especially from outside.
So many weapons on the Warhawks team. They're 29-4. They've won 21 in succession, and you'll hear from their head coach, Steve Page, joins us next. We're 12 minutes from tip. It's Bryan Station and Great Crossing. We'll be right back.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
You've got a lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teachers, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech 24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Well, Steve, certainly a big day today. How would you describe the journey this year at 29-4?
Yeah, I mean, we've been all over the place. You know, before Christmas, we were in like 20 days, we were in 3 states. We were back home after Florida for about 18 hours before we went off to Myrtle Beach. So it was a good learning experience. You know, we've played really well, since we've been back. And we played well in Florida. We just ran into a couple buzzsaw teams. One buzzsaw team and then had a little hangover the next morning for the first half. But honestly, ever since the second half of our game after we played Columbus, we've played really well this year. So we're a confident bunch. Obviously defending champions here, so somebody's going to have to, Bryan Station's very capable. Yeah. They're a very good team. We're going to have to play, and we're going to have to play our best and make them, if we play our best, we got to make them beat us.
3 losses out of state. Was that the purpose of scheduling difficult to maybe get back to this point and take it up a notch?
Yeah, I mean, you looked at our schedule last year. We had a very, very tough schedule as well, but we played in the King of the Bluegrass, so it made it a very in-state tough schedule. And this year, like Bryan Station played in the King of the Bluegrass, we didn't. We decided to go to Florida instead, and that was just the exposure for our kids. Having a McDonald's All-American, a top 25 kid, we were in demand. So you're never going to turn down the City of Palms and the beach ball back-to-back, even though it was a crazy schedule. That's just something you're not, as a coach, you're not doing your kids any service if you turn that down.
What's Malachi like to coach?
Oh, he's a great kid. Phenomenal kid, student of the game. He's a great basketball player, as everybody's seen, but he's such a better kid than he is a basketball player. 4.0 student. Yes, sir, all the time. You can get on him, and he's not going to get frustrated. He'll understand. Very coachable. So, it's been a blessing, and we hope to do it until the 29th.
You talked about Bryan Station a bit. They gave you a tussle last year in the quarterfinals. How have they grown this year?
We haven't seen them a lot. I saw them for the first time in person when they played Henry Clay in the first round of the district. I'd seen them on film. They played some teams we played, so we got to see them on film. But obviously watched a lot here, here recently. They played a little bigger last year, meaning that they played the 2 Adams kids and then Gonzalez. And against us, they played Girton as the starter as well. So they played really big, where now they've got 2 shooters on the wing. So they're a little bit different guard because of that with a couple of shooters. And obviously the Richmond kid starting in the districts, I mean, he single-handedly is, you could say if he doesn't make the shots he does against Henry Clay, they may not even be here. So, we know we've got to get out and guard the 3. And obviously Amari's a load. We know Amari's going to get his. We're going to try to limit his. We're going to try to make it as tough as possible, not give him anything easy. If we can, he'll get some easy, but we got to cut down the amount of easy we give him, make it difficult. If he gets 25, we need it to be on a lot of shots, and then we got to rebound those shots because, a lot of times from what we've seen, transition and second shots are really their offense. We want to see if we can get them in a half-court game.
Good luck today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Head coach Steve Page will be back to Dunbar right after this.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Tonight's keys to the game are presented by Tech 24. If you're seeking a fresh start to your career, Tech 24 is the place for you. They offer commercial food service repair openings in Lexington. For more information, visit mytech24.com or contact Monsieur Brad Wilson, 864-549-8344. All right, Sean, let's coach up Station. What must they do to win today?
Well, Bryan Station's got to come out and must set the tone from the start, Chris. They got to get their pressure on. They got to score and make sure they can keep their pressure on and just keep Great Crossing uncomfortable. 2, they got to score off their turnovers they force. They can't miss layups. They got to be very, very efficient when they do turn Great Crossing over. Number 3, can't take bad shots that lead to easy transition baskets for Great Crossing. They live for that. Great Crossing just wants to let you beat yourselves, force you to take jump shots, keep everything out the paint because of Malachi Moreno, and then they want to get off to the races. Number 4, must match Great Crossing on the backboard. They cannot let Malachi or any of those other guys dominate the glass. Tayshawn Adams, Brunley Fon, and Antoine Burton that trio has to give Malachi some type of problems with their athleticism and length. Got to take total team. You got to get total team contribution. You know, Rashawn Faulkner has got to step up now. You know, we know that what Justice Richmond has been doing, especially in the district. Brownlee Fawn, Faulkner, and Tayshawn Adams really got to have great games to step up and keep in touch with Great Crossing.
Pace really important for the Warhawks today.
No doubt about it. Don't let Bryan Station speed you up. You must control the tempo. Okay, play your style of play. 2, Marino must have a dominant performance. He's got to make sure that he's a big-time presence in this game on both sides of the court. Number 3, got to dominate the backboard. Must dominate the backboard. If they don't dominate the backboard, that means Bryan Station out-hustling them and getting more scoring opportunities. Number 4, keep Owens out the paint. Keep the pressure off of Malachi Moreno when Owens comes in there, because you know he loves coming downhill. Force Bryan Station to make jump shots over you. And number 5, neutralize Bryan Station's role players. Cut off Richmond and Faulkner. Make sure nobody else besides Amari Owens and maybe Tayshawn Adams have decent games.
Should be an outstanding matchup. The winner gets the winner of Game 2 between Douglas and Lex Cath. Both winners will advance to the title game, 7 p.m. on Tuesday. Lineups, live basketball coming up from Dunbar Station and Great Crossing, and it's next.
Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
From Glycod, it's Central Kentucky High School basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for the real world. College for your world. Tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. Movement that inspires. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Mathnasium of East and West Lexington, changing lives through math. Roosters, a fun, casual place for wings and more. Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky, Community Action Council, New Vista, Tech 24, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, and Fast Signs. Now courtside for all the action from Glycod on Central Kentucky High School basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
Alongside former UK Wildcat and Ben Jobe, National Coach of the Year, Sean Woods, I'm Chris LeBar, and welcome back to Paul Lawrence Dunbar, Bryan Station, and Great Crossing meet for the 11th Region Semifinal. Starting lineups being introduced momentarily as this Bryan Station group, again, 25-6 coming in. And they will start the usual contestants that we've seen throughout much of the year. Amari Owens, Rashad Faulkner, Justin Richmond, Antoine Burton, and Tayshawn Adams. And Adams really one of those swift knife utility players for Bryan Station.
Yes, he is, and he's really got to be active tonight against a guy that's, you know, very praised and polished in Malachi Moreno. Tayshawn's got to play out of his mind, got to play with great confidence, flying all over the place, and do a great job of just making it tough for Malachi.
Wonderful atmosphere, as one would suspect. Crowd still filing in, and three big games today, all individual sessions, and just so many people going to be coming through these gates today.
Great day of high school basketball, especially here in Fayette County, Chris.
Sure.
I mean, you can't get no better than Bryan Station going against Great Crossing. You got Douglas going against Lexington Catholic. And then the nightcap tonight also is Douglas having an opportunity to go against Madison Central. So great games. You know, if you can't make it, you know, you got to be watching this. Tell all your friends. It's going to be a great, exciting game. We know UK's playing, but ain't nothing like watching the grassroots on the Glycod television.
It's going to be a wonderful atmosphere as a station. Kudos to them to get back to this level. It's been 10 years since they've been in a regional semifinal. And certainly the underdog in this game, but at their best, there's something to behold.
You know what, Chris? They've had a great year. Unfortunately, they just lost to Douglas 3 straight times. But other than that, they've had an awesome year. And then finally, when it counted in the district championship, they did what they've been wanting to do for 3 straight games, and that was to knock Douglas off. And now they're in great contention to actually do the same thing against Great Crossing. God willing that everything, you know, comes out right. They get their pressure going, limit Malachi and Vince Dawson's attempts, and just pose their will on them for the entire game.
A Great Crossing, perhaps unfinished business all the way to the semis last year, losing to Travis Perry in Lyon County. And don't think for a second, Sean, that their greater goal, their greater destination isn't until the end of March.
No doubt about it. And, you know, it's every kid's dreams not to not only just get to the Sweet 16, but their dream is to win it. They feel like they have enough and done enough in the last couple of years to put a team together that can really contend for a state championship.
Today's officiating crew out of the 6th and 7th in Louisville. David Swift, Gerald Gray, and LaRon Cottrell. This series dead even at 2. And again, these two teams met last year in the quarters, with Bryan Station finally succumbing by 3. And defenders a year older, a year wiser, but so is Great Crossing.
No doubt about it. You know, when you got a kid that's so hungry to end his high school career on a high note going into the University of Kentucky, I can only imagine how hungry Marino is right now.
So Antoine Burton to jump it up against Malachi as we get set for semifinal number 1 from Dunbar. On the drive, that's L.J. Holman, cleaned up by Malachi for 2.
Great Crossing comes out very aggressive from the tip.
And Rashad Faulkner, left-hand handle occupied by Gage Richardson up top.
See, this is going to be interesting right here because Great Crossing is going to force other people to make plays for Bryan Station, especially spreading out like this. And Faulkner's really got to be one of the guys to be able to break Great Crossing down.
As Faulkner finds Owens. What's the defensive plan on Amari today?
Keep him out of the paint, make him take tough shots all night, and Great Crossing feels like he's got to play great for them to beat him.
As Owens trying to penetrate the lane, it's going to squirt forward, scooped up by Vince Dawson, 15-foot pull-up, rims off, Moreno backside, and it's going to find Rashad Faulkner underneath for Bryan Station as Owens wiggles in the open floor.
Bryan Station's got to stay on the attack.
Out off of number 11, Gage Richardson, possession Station, and quickly they're going to their benches. Bruntley Fawn, 55 subs out. Antoine Burton, that's a big for big, and we've seen that throughout much of this year.
Well, I think Champ was not happy with Burton giving up 2 offensive rebounds right off the start. You know, he needs some more physicality, so that's why Fawn's in right now.
High pick from Tayshawn Adams. There's Richmond underneath, and you heard Coach Ligon talk about his growth. 15 points averaging in the postseason, only averaged 9 before that.
He's a senior. He knows that any loss is going to be his last, so he's giving everything he's got.
There's Faulkner.
There you go.
And Fawn denied by 24.
That's why he's a Mickey D.
Outlet pass. There you go.
The one thing about this team now, they'll run whenever they get great opportunities. That was a situation right there. Big-time block shot. And the big fella finishing on the end with an alley-oop dunk.
Richardson with the spoon-fed assist, and Station down 4 early. As Faulkner goes to his right, elbow elevation, off and tapped in by 55 Fawn.
That's what Bryan Station has to do. They got to stay aggressive, get to your spot, shoot it, and then go get the offensive rebound. Try to beat Malachi Moreno to the offensive boards, and that time they did that.
Steve Page taking umbrage to that non-goaltending call. As Dawson, those pink sneaks, finds Richardson. Post entry, and Fawn has something to say about that as the ball scooped up by Faulkner.
Champ had to bring him in for some physicality.
Faulkner in a tie game early.
That's what Faulkner has to do. He has to stay in attack mode. He's got to be a big-time contributor tonight in order for Bryan Station to have a chance. Not just Richmond. Everyone has to step up and play their part when they get the opportunity.
Faulkner, a lefty, maximizing his strong hand. There's Holman in the corner. Mason, Jamari Mason out of real estate, and Owens with the deflection.
Another active hand situation right there with Bryan Station. You got to get a lot of those tonight. Today, rather.
L.J. Holman squaring up against his adversary, number 5, Amari Owens, the second leading scorer in the 11th region at 23 a night.
Now, Champ's got to get some offense going. He can't just sit and watch Amari dribble. They got to get ball movement like they have been.
There's Owens. Fawn backside, up and off, tapped up again, and Moreno staves off the defenders for the rebound.
Great Crossing got lucky right there.
There's Mason, a path baseline, and he throws it away. Fawn initiating the break. There's Owens accelerating to the basket, and a foul on Great Crossing's Malachi Moreno.
That's how Bryan Station is going to have to play. They got to make this game an ugly game, a nasty game, a murky game. Active hands, and then continue to stay on attack mode just like Owens did just then, while Malachi's getting his first foul.
So Amari, 4-2.
Now this is where it has to be on Bryan Station's side, the free throw line. There you go. Great start for Amari.
So 5 in succession for Bryan Station as Brunley Fond gives the defenders a lift as he'll shuttle out.
I'll tell you what, I know what Champ's doing. He's trying to sub and keep guys fresh to continue to go at Malachi.
As Antoine Burton back in, the initial starters. Owens again for one more free throw.
Great start right there by Mari Owens at the free throw line.
And a 6-4 Bryan Station beginning.
Bryan Station saying we ain't going nowhere right now. Great crossing.
Richardson entry to Vince Dawson. Nice return to Gage. Now Vince Dawson hoists to 3. Yes!
He can't leave him open. Bryan Station got Mr. Screw right there. Cannot leave that guy open, Vince Dawson. Big-time three-point shooter.
He has 59th made 3 of the year. Crossing on a 1-point teeter-totter. 4 minutes gone by. There's Amari Owens.
Now you got to be aggressive right here, Adams. Got to go at him one-on-one. There you go. Go to score.
Faulkner finds Richmond. So Bryan Station very patient in the half court.
LJ Holmes is forcing Mario Owens to go to his right. Now they're running something right here. Horns action.
And Burton giving a lot of cushion from Malachi Moreno. And Antoine puts it on the floor. And who's the recourse? It's Tayshawn Adams. Moreno with the theft.
Great defensive pressure right there by great crossing.
There's Amari for the response.
There, Amari Owens coming right back at him.
L.J. Holman.
The 6'1" sophomore. Going down the paint, dunking it with 2 hands like Rajon Rondo.
3 dunks already for Great Crossing. They lead 11-8.
Yeah, Bryan Station can't give up easy buckets like that. It's already going to be a tough task keeping Moreno from offensive rebound and putbacks. Got to keep the guys in front of you. No beeline basket drives to the basket.
There's Justin Richmond drawing some heavy attention. And Faulkner being shadowed by Trevante Cooper that's checked in for Great Crossing. He's at the top of that mismatch zone, donning number 3.
Great Crossing is already going to their zone.
Richmond, a roof scraper.
There he goes again! Staying hot, baby.
Tied at 11.
He's embellishing the moment. I'm so proud of this young man.
Cooper, there's Moreno on the bobble. Richardson flaunts it. It's off, and Owens with a backside lasso for Station.
There you go, Owens. Beat Moreno down the court. That's what they're trying to do.
It crawls short. There's Vince Dawson on the leak out. He'll shoot a long 2. Tapped around, and Faulkner back in a heavily paced game. There's Justin Richmond, floater. And a foul, I believe, on 35 Adams on the back on Bryan Station.
Yeah, tough shot right there by Justin Richmond. Dad and Coach Champ Liggins is telling him, what are you doing? You don't shoot a tough shot like that in transition, especially the fadeaway.
Couple of subs in. Number 11 is in Monte Ashford for Bryan Station as Justin Richmond will sub out.
Bryan Station is doing a great job of when they do get the rebound, pushing it right down Great Crossing's throat before Malachi Moreno gets down the court to actually change shots.
And Richardson trying to navigate this 2-3 zone, it appears, up top.
Yeah, both teams are going to zone now. I think fatigue's kind of set in a little bit.
Holman, he's a strong lefty, lofts it, spins out. Moreno had it dug out of there by Antoine Burton of Bryan Station.
Great block out by Burton.
Owens swerving in, Axum underneath us, and they'll recenter it. As we slide under 50 seconds, first quarter. Dead even start. Axum weaving baseline. Ashford all alone for a 3. In!
That's another guy that needs to come off the bench and gives them some productivity. He hasn't done much in about the last 10 games. They need another body coming off that bench to give them some type of lift. And what better person than another senior in Monte Ashford?
14-11 Station. Balance of this first quarter. L.J. Holman to his classmate, Trevante Cooper.
Bryan Station's packing it in.
Under 10. There's Richardson finding Dawson at 5. Entry, Moreno, triple team, doesn't. Oh, follow and a foul, I believe. Going to have 2 untimed free throws coming up.
Great crash down there by Bryan Station. Unfortunately, the ref called a foul with no time left on the clock. One of Champ's major strategies is once Moreno does get the ball down there, they are squeezing him out, forcing him to either take a tough shot and miss and come over somebody's back for an offensive rebound or throw it out.
So 2 untimed free throws as Malachi Moreno, foul is on Amari Owens. His first as Moreno 64% free throw shooter.
And if you don't, force him to make free throws all night. That's a great strategy too, Chris.
Malachi with 7 early points.
You can't give him dunks and easy baskets that leads to other dunks and easy baskets.
1 point Station lead. Second quarter next. You're watching the 11th Region Semifinal on Glycod.
New year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Mathnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Mathnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Mathnasium, we're changing lives through math.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Let's see if we can dial up that replay on the untimed free throws. Well, we'll watch the whole sequence from the start, it appears, but there's crossing. And what they're going to do, Sean, they're going to try to find Moreno underneath, and Owens commits that early foul.
Well, they're looking for him right there. Then he's going to set a screen for Dawson to get a high-low action. Dawson pops out, and Moreno tries to duck in right here, but soon as he gets it, look at him clamp down on him. That's the objective. They made him miss, but they got to come up with the rebound right there.
Station with 2 made threes in the first 8 minutes, Justin Richmond and Monte Ashford. And Vince Dawson has 1 for crossing.
I mean, the Bryan Station has to continue to get contribution from everybody on this court.
And Owens drawing some attention. He'll thread it across. There's Brentley Fahn. He's given Station a lift. Ashford in the lane, and Richardson with a collision, no call. It's floated back in play. And Gerald Gray says it's going to stay Bryan Station.
Gerald Gray is my man from Louisville, Kentucky. Played at Southern University.
I'm certain some paths have crossed along the way, Sean.
Oh, yeah.
Owens at triple, long. Chased down by L.J. Holman of crossing. And Axum heavily contesting the shot. And a foul. The end result is great crossing back to the free throw line for 2.
Great hustle by Axum. Unfortunately, got called for the foul. But way to handle the basketball right there in that situation by L.J. Holman, just a sophomore. He's had to come in and really take on the point guard's role. And it happened in the middle of the season when Great Crossing lost their 2-year starter at that spot. Just decided not to play basketball anymore.
Yeah, Holman averages 11 points per night. As Justin Richmond back in for Bryan Station alongside Rashad Faulkner as Ashford and Axum, 2 typical reserves, will shuttle out. And Holman will break the tie.
Already a mid-major college prospect.
Crossing by 1. There's Adams finding Faulkner, and Faulkner with some girth on the defender, lofts it in, and a foul.
That's what has to happen. Everybody else has got to make plays. They're keying on Owens. Everybody else has to step up, and big-time play right there by Faulkner.
You could just sense that developing as Faulkner able to muscle his way underneath the basket, and the foul sided on Cooper.
I love the confidence offensively that Bryan Station is playing with right now.
Rashad with 4, and he'll steer that in. There's Richardson unevaded for a layup.
Great screen right there by 34 for great crossing.
So Brady Orem. Yeah, Orem, the freshman. His role really grown throughout the last 6-8 weeks for great crossing, and we're tied again. There's Richmond being shadowed by Gage Richardson, perhaps their top defensive players. Brunley Fawn on the deck, spinning right. And Richardson watches Malachi Moreno.
Good defense right there by Brady Orem.
It's great crossing in half court. There's Vince Dawson weaving in. Hoisting a 3. It's long, and rebound secured by Tayshawn Adams of Station. Now Maury Owens wiggling right up and in.
Big time play right there by Maury Owens. Great way to stay aggressive in that transition situation for Bryan Station.
There's Orem, the freshman. He'll find L.J. Holman. He'll squeeze a 3 short. And Brunley Fawn collecting for Station. They have the ball up 2.
Great defense possession right there by Bryan Station.
As Owens between the wickets. He looks much more in control this afternoon.
Yes, he does. And he's getting some contribution from his teammates, too, which is going to make it easy for him as this game goes along.
There's Faulkner. We'll see what he offers opposite number 1, Vince Dawson. Adams with a gander about a 3. There's Richmond off the window and an Orem foul.
Great aggressive drive right there by Justin Richmond. In order for Bryan Station to have success tonight, they have to keep great crossing on their heels. Just stay in attack mode. Move it, drive it. Move it, drive it.
They're very patient thus far in the half court.
And as the season has gone on, they became more patient on their offensive end and more efficient.
There you see the Bryan Station head coach. Not much he's not achieved as a high school basketball coach. Would like nothing more than to take this group back to their first Sweet 16 since 1989.
That's what my former brother-in-law was on that team with my other little brother, Robert Hammonds. They had a great team. Mike Allen, Nimbo Hammonds, Roy Booker at the point guard spot. Bryan Station was a big-time team back then.
As Owens, the initiator of this Bryan Station offense. Tayshawn Adams flings a 3.
Bingo! What I tell you, everyone, the kid has a lot of stuff in his bag. He just doesn't do it all the time.
How about the defenders, some of their parts thus far?
They're
5.
They're showing up, Chris. They're showing up. Look at that, another deflection there.
Moreno finds Orem underneath, and Owens in the vicinity. There's a foul cited.
That's okay, though. That's okay. Because what you want great crossing to do is feel you as a team. You're not as big, but you got to be scrappy, and you got to play with great energy that deflates the other team, and that's what it seems like it's doing gradually as this game going on for Bryan Station.
As Orem connects the free throw, foul on Bryan Station's Justin Richmond. Now both teams with 2 team fouls in this quarter. So Orem 2 of 2 from the line, and Bryan Station by 3 as we near the halfway mark of this second quarter. Owens squirming, floating, it's off, and Moreno the rebound, leaking out is Vince Dawson. Dawson up and in.
See, I don't like that play right there. If you're going to run ball screens for Owens, he's got to come off that play, those ball screens, looking to kick. His guys are making shots right now. Trust them.
Vince Dawson with 5. And 4 in a row for great crossing.
Just get in the paint, drive, draw, and then kick. Then sooner or later, it'll loosen up and you'll get to the rim.
Brunley Fahn floating it over is back in a great crossing foul.
Good aggressive move right there by Fahn.
There's Fahn for a couple. So many improved players that we've seen throughout the year. His leap in the last half of this year, he was a non-factor as a junior last year, Sean. He has really grown as a player.
I tell you what, and you grow with minutes and experience, and he's fortunate for Bryan Station is they had to play him a lot, and they needed his athleticism and toughness, and he's grown into that role day in and day out, and look what he's doing right now in the semifinals of the 11th region.
Fahn going to sub out, Antoine Burton back in as Bryan Station retakes a basket lead. There's Dawson being bothered by 3 Justin Richmond.
Tell you what, Justin Rich is one of the best on-ball defenders in the 11th region. I love the way he guards the basketball.
Dawson into Moreno, and he'll nail it down.
Yeah, Bryan Station didn't stick to the script right there. When he gets the ball, you got to clamp down on him, make it throw it out, or take a tough shot. That was too easy for him right there.
Malachi with 9 unofficially. We're deadlocked once more. There's Faulkner around a high screen from Burton. Faulkner to the basket, challenging Moreno, and out comes great crossing as Gade Richardson finds Brady Oram. Oram up and in.
Great play on one end with the block with Brady Oram and coming back and finishing on the other end.
Oram with 4 quick points, and great crossing was down 5. They're now +2.
Yeah, Bryan Station can't give great crossing too many opportunities, especially in transition.
There's Tayshawn Adams wheeling in. Reverse layup partially blocked by Moreno. And Owens nearly did the return.
Got to be under control when you do drive.
There's L.J. Holman and Owens. A ticky-tack foul, his second.
Yeah, can't do that. This one guy that cannot get in foul trouble right now.
So the third team Station foul with 2:45 remaining. Coming up at halftime, we'll update the halftime stats. A lot of other regional games going on. We'll update the ticker and hopefully catch up with a coach or two. A lot of folks here today to take in these 3 great games.
No doubt about it.
This is Dawson up top.
This is must-see high school basketball. Can't lose your man now, guys.
Skip pass to Richardson. He'll fling a 3, and it's in.
Great execution right there against the zone by great crossing. Skip pass with a flare screen.
30-second Station timeout. Back with more coverage from Paul Lawrence Dunbar right after this.
Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Great crossing by 5. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Gage Richardson with a huge 3, and then Bryan Station calling an abrupt timeout.
Great run right there by Gray Crossing. Great defense on one end and really did a great job of capitalizing in transition on the other. Bryan Station's got to stay aggressive, but be under control once they get to the rim.
It's a very important 2+ minutes for Station.
Yes, it is. Champ's got to call something, got to get some type of execution out of this timeout.
Here's Owens working against L.J. Holman. Now Adams a 3, well long, and rebound retrieved by Vince Dawson of great crossing. Here's L.J. Holman.
Yeah, Greg Crossing's bringing it out, setting up in a half-court set. Let's see what they get here.
Good overplay, poked out of bounds by Monte Ashford. Great Crossing's offensive execution, so solid. They're spreading their passing, Sean. Very, very impressive.
Yes, they're very precise in their cuts. They're setting really good screens. They look like a well-oiled machine. I'm sure they're going to try to get the ball down low to Malachi right here. Now you got to squeeze down on him.
Moreno up and in.
Too late. Got to be immediately for Bryan Station to have a chance. He's too good.
The lead at 7 is Brumley Fawn is moving to the scores table. He's going to come in at the next dead ball.
See, right now, Chris, the ball's not moving for Bryan Station. The ball's got to move. They got to run something. They got to get ball movement and player movement. This is playing into Great Crossing's hands right here.
Jordan Axum flings a three.
Good
and a big
kick,
one.
Good kick. There you go. Way to trust your teammates, Mari. Let them make plays, make shots for you.
Axum, a huge three. That's going to end a lengthy spurt. Station was once up 5 in this quarter, and now they're down 4, under a minute till half.
And this is another threat right here.
Vince Dawson elbowed in.
He's smooth. He is so smooth.
Vince Dawson now with 7, and Station will possess the ball under 30 seconds in the half.
He's averaging 18 points a game. If he was somewhere else and Malachi wasn't on his team, he'd average 25 to 30.
Well, Vince will go down in antics forever for what he did last year in the 11th region title game. That heroic shot to send them to the Sweet 16. 10 seconds left now. And Ashford asking for a clear out at 5. Only 5 seconds now, 3. Ashford lofts it up and off. And Station will go to the locker room down 6. And a big turn of foot there, Sean, for Great Crossing.
Great Crossing did what they needed to do to end the half. They really solidified their defense, made Bryan Station take tough shots. Then they took advantage of it on the other end in transition. And when it was time to get the ball to Malachi Moreno in great angles, they did that. Bryan Station was late clamping down on them, and they made them pay.
Lots of great coverage coming up. Great Crossing by 6 at the half. More from Paul Lawrence Dunbar, 11th Region Semifinal Saturday on Glycod.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech 24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Mathnasium of East and West Lexington, sponsor of tonight's Scholar Athlete. Mathnasium unlocks the math potential in every child.
Chris Labar, former UK Wildcat. Sean Woods back live at Paul Laurence Dunbar. Halftime of semifinal number 1 Great Crossing leads Station 32-26. A 21-12 burst in the second quarter. The difference as Great Crossing actually trailed by 3 points after the first 8 minutes. We will update the halftime stats, and Sean is going to chat with Eric Daniels. We've got a lot of coverage to bring to you at half, and we'll set the table with more coverage right after this crossing by 6. Be right back.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
With Fast Signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media,
many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Central Kentucky Driving School, raising the bar in driver education. Man of War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. And by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family.
Halftime with Gray Crossing on top of Bryan Station, 32-26. Let's check in with Sean Woods. He's got a UK reunion.
You never know who you'll run into. We got Dunbar's women's basketball coach and former UK great Eric Daniels on one end, and then on the other side, I got kind of like my godson, my roommate, one of my favorite guys in the world, son, and Jake Feldhouse, who had a miraculous year playing for his uncle, Allen Jr. at Madison Central. We're going to start off with Eric first. Coach, being here, you played at UK, you was a big-time player in Cincinnati yourself. What do you take of all this excitement, especially looking at a guy that is going to be wearing that uniform that you and I wore once upon a time?
Oh, man, it's fun coming out here and watch these young men play. For me, it's very special because I've coached a kid on each team as they were growing up, so it's fun seeing them grow up and mature and be great ball players.
How's it been now setting up shop in Lexington where you play college basketball at, and also being able to coach your daughter who unfortunately went out with the ACL injury earlier in the year?
This is home for me now, man. I've been here the last 20 years, laying roots, laying a foundation for what I've been trying to do and accomplish. As far as basketball, my daughter's getting stronger. She's getting more healthier. We're just anticipating this next season.
Well, I know you had a short year this year. How you anticipate with her getting healthy with your team next year?
I really anticipate us being one of the top 10 teams in the state coming out next season. We'll be fully healthy. I have an older, mature team. All of our middle school girls will be in high school next year, so that plays a big part into it also.
Well, I'm here with my man who I love so much and holds a special deal to my heart, Jake Feldhouse. Jake, great year. You transferred, you left your friends at Mason County, came to spend time with your real family, which is your uncle. I know Grandpa Feldhouse will be so proud right now of what you guys did this year, especially yourself from a personal situation. How did it go for you, and what was it like playing for your uncle for the first time?
Oh, it was great. Definitely a change, moving, and we really just worked on dedicating my time to basketball, and I thought he was going to be a lot harder on me, to be honest. And that's, from what I have seen in the past, I feel like he's mellowed out a little bit, so I was expecting to get ripped every practice, but definitely whenever I was getting ripped, it helped me out for sure, and I think that's a great way for me to learn, and we just worked on just being who I am and going out and playing my hardest and giving my best effort and just really slowing down whenever I'm on the court to get in a little hurry and just gained a lot of confidence throughout the season, and I don't know, just worked out.
You know how tight I am with your family, and Alan, your coach Allen Feldhouse Jr. had a sentimental time before the game when you guys played Douglas the other day, and I asked him what was it like coaching you this year, and he said you rejuvenated him. You know, him coaching this long, and the fact that he gets to coach the last Feldhouse male in the family and have an opportunity. You got one more year to get to that Sweet 16 and play on that Rupp Arena floor like everyone in your family has done. What's that process and that journey been like, and what do you feel like you did for him as far as rejuvenating the love of the game, coaching, being able to coach his nephew?
I just feel like just showing up to practice every day and giving him my hardest and working whenever I'm not practicing, getting in the gym whenever it's on my own time, and I feel like just being a leader and trying to fulfill the Feldhouse name I'm trying to just getting used to it, and I understanding how everything's working out. I don't know. I'm just getting used to it and getting to hang out with him. But playing in Rupp next year would definitely it's definitely the goal, and maybe win the state championship. I don't know. Just have to get other players to go along with me.
Let me tell you something. As far as the Feldhouse tradition, you're way ahead of the curve, young man. So I want to let you know that. And two, the reason why your Uncle Allen Jr. didn't get on you as much because he didn't have to. Yeah. Take that in consideration too. You know what I mean? You didn't dog it. You gave him everything you had, and that's all he can ask for. And then how you blossomed the way you did was just so refreshing for him and everybody else, especially Grandma Dottie.
Yeah, for sure. I love Dot Dot comes to every game. Very, very big supporter, and gotta love Dot Dot. So, yep.
Well, man, congratulations on the year. You're all 11th region. I'm sure more to come, and I know the goal next year is to get to that Sweet 16, which everybody in your family has done. And I'm going to be right there rooting for you the whole way. And I know everybody knows that he's one of the top 5 golfers in the state of Kentucky, too. So he's a two-sport athlete, as good as anybody in the state. And we'll be back with more on Glycott after.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Back live at Paul Lawrence Dunbar. It's halftime as Sean Woods joins me back courtside. Chris LeBar, our production crew today includes assistant Sheetroke Artistani, Steve Bird, our executive producer, and John Strange running the camera. Thank you so much for joining us. Time now for the halftime numbers presented by Community Action Council. They are helping people and changing lives, and crossing by 6, including a perfect 6 for 6 from the foul line.
Well, they're going to have to do that because Bryan Station is going to really foul them a lot with their aggressive defense. And, you know, Great Crossing did what they needed to do. They weathered the storm a little bit as far as Bryan Station's pressure, and the way they came out in the game with very excitement and passion. But they show why they're the number 1 team, or number 2 team in the state, simply because weathering that type of storm. But Bryan Station, on the other hand, had the right, got the right remedy. They just got to, capitalize on it and really execute it. Really, when Malachi gets the basketball down low, they got to double down on him, make it tough for him to even get it up. And on the half-court situation, continue to spread him out and drive him. But when you drive him, you got to be under control. And last thing is, Amari Owens is doing a great job of penetrating. He's got to continue to trust his teammates, and hopefully they'll continue to make some threes.
Leading scorer for Bryan Station, a well-distributed scoring. Amari Owens with 6. Rashad Faulkner has 5 points. For Great Crossing, Malachi Moreno, 12 points, 9 rebounds, and Vince Dawson, 7 points and 3 assists. So Great Crossing possession to begin this second half.
Bryan Station's coming back out with pressure defense. Let's see what Great Crossing does here. A little weave action.
As LJ Holman around the clock. There's Vince Dawson. He has an angle and he lays it short. Moreno cleans it up. And it's going to squirt back to Orem, who starts this second half, and he's long with that one. There's Amari Owens accelerating into front court. And he'll bulldoze it out of bounds. It's touch last by Crossing.
See, I like the aggressiveness, but you got to hit Justin Richmond in the corner there for a wide open 3.
There's Richmond inbound underneath. There's Adams squaring.
Set a good ball screen right here if you're going to do it. And then you got to roll hard.
What's the adjustment Station's going to make on offense?
Well, they got to get good shots. They got like that. When they get to the rim, they got to be under control and make Great Crossing pay for letting Amari Owens get to the rim. But he's got to go under control just like that.
Amari with points 7 and 8. Holman all the way to the basket and in.
I really like this young sophomore right here. Stepped into the point guard role and has become a great distributor, but he can really, really score the basketball when need be.
Owens went for the steal that time. He missed, and the path was wide open to the basket. There's Richmond right through Antoine Burton out of bounds.
Yeah, Antoine Burton's got to be ready for that pass right there. He can't be looking like deer in headlights.
Brunley Fawn back to the scores table. He'll check in at the next whistle. Holman has a seam.
LJ Holman, don't do him like that. The young sophomore, no reason why you get recruited by every mid-major in the United States.
Holman with 4 straight, and Great Crossing now enjoys a high watermark lead of 8. And Owens swerves underneath. Adams with the rebound.
Great offensive rebound there, but man, ill-advised pass. Bryan Station's got to keep their composure right here, even though the crowd's getting into it for Great Crossing. Bryan Station's got to stay the course, but for great crossing, way to answer the bell.
At a Station full timeout, L.J. Holman has given Great Crossing an 8-point lead. More coverage right after this pause from Glycod.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Danger zone a bit for Station, Sean, as the lead has now grown to 8.
Station has to keep their composure. They can't lose their mind right now just because Great Crossing had a great run right there. Get it back, get a score, get into your pressure. What I'm not comprehending is Champ normally throws everything but the kitchen sink at you from a pressure standpoint. They're pressuring the basketball just straight man-to-man. I'd get into my pressure, my 2-2-1, my 1-2-2, and keep Great Crossing uncomfortable because once the ball gets past half court, size and skill takes over.
And a basket here would give Great Crossing a double-figure lead. Again, they trailed by 3 after 1.
Somebody's got to stay in front of L.J. Holman, too.
Here's the entry to Moreno. Fawn shadows him. Underneath, Brady Oram up, and he muscled it short, and there's 55, Brunley Fawn, the guilty party.
They did a great job of getting the ball out of Moreno's hands, but Moreno, being the skill player that he is, found his teammate in Oram.
Brady's given Great Crossing a lift, had to 4 points in a row in that second quarter. That really fueled that spurt. The Station at one point had a 5-point lead.
Like we always say, Chris, someone else that you don't really think about always steps up to the plate in a game like this.
Oram for one more free throw. And the lead is now ballooned to 10.
Yeah, Bryan Station needs to settle down a little bit, get a score here so they can get in their pressure.
As Amari up top, shadowed by L.J. Holman with 4 points in the first 2 minutes of this quarter.
See, the ball's got to move. This is where Bryan Station always gets in trouble, just becoming stagnant.
Faulkner up top. There's Justin Richmond. 15-footer is in.
Great move right there by Justin Richmond. Good, well under control, got to a sweet spot, which is his range.
Moreno, too easy at this end.
Too easy, too easy.
So both teams exchange baskets as Richmond squirts up and in again.
Great move right there by Jonathan Richmond. Got to continue to stay in attack mode, Bryan Station. There you go, you in your pressure now. Let's see if you can get a turnover.
There's Vince Dawson, the trailer.
Or a quick shot.
L.J. Holman triggers. Short Moreno grasps the rebound, and he is fouled underneath.
That's what can happen. You got to block out, but that's a tough task when you're playing against a Kentucky sign-in and top 25 big in the country.
So Moreno, all the accolades, and you heard Coach Page talk about how proud he was of Malachi. Just the tremendous respect as Champ Ligon looks on.
See, this would be my strategy, Chris, and I think it is Champ's too. Just don't give him any easy layups. Make him pay, and then make him earn it at the foul line. He's a 60-some% free throw shooter, so a 60% chance he's going to make the free throw.
And that one pops out.
There you go.
Brunley Fawn with that foul. That's his second as we bleed under 5 minutes in this third quarter. Crossing on the cusp of their 30th win. They were 29-4 coming in. Station at 25-6. There's Brunley Fawn.
Great play right there by Bryan Station. Good pass by Faulkner to Fawn. Get back, Fawn. There you go.
Faulkner touches it last. It's going to belong to Great Crossing.
Bryan Station's got to get back. Even though they scored, Great Crossing is a lot like them. They try to run it right up your throat after a made basket.
Richardson to inbound is Station 4 in succession. There's Vince Dawson in the seam, and he puts it in.
Great execution underneath out of bounds by Great Crossing.
Owens hoist one up top. Rebound secured by, that's Adams ripping it away from Moreno.
They need a lot of that right there.
Owens challenging, and a foul on Great Crossing underneath.
They need a lot more of that type of hustle balls right there, Chris. Got to continue to fight for rebounds. If you can't get it up in the air because you can't out-jump them, as soon as they bring it down, you got to be scrappy, just like in that situation right there.
Take a look at that delicate inbound pass as Dawson open underneath, and at this end, Amari Owens for 2 free throws.
Now this is an important situation. You know he's got to make free throws here, Chris. There you go.
Well, he has made them today, as Amari now 3 out of 3.
Making free throws for Bryan Station gives them a chance. It's not an empty possession.
Great Crossing going to their bench. They'll bring back Jamari Mason as the freshman Brady Orem shuttles out. As Amari Owens leaves that long.
Now stay up in your pressure like you normally do. Make it tough for him, Richmond.
Lead is now grown to 7.
I am just so impressed with this L.J. Holman. Very poised kid, young man for a sophomore.
Richardson dumps it down low. Moreno goes to work and leaves it long, and the rebound occupied by Justin Richmond for Station.
Good D by Fawn.
There's Amari Owens splitting defenders. Able to gather that rebound somehow, and it's ricocheted out of bounds. It stays temporarily with Bryan Station.
Great hustle right there by Amari Owens. I think it's a questionable call. The referees thought that maybe the ball got tipped by Great Crossing, but I think it hit the back of the rim and went out.
The officials conferring right underneath the basket. And it's going to stay with a men in green.
I think Malachi got a tip on it before it hit the backboard and went out.
So Richmond to enter. There's the return. Faulkner from 15. It's in.
Great execution right there from an underneath out of bounds situation by Bryan Station. Back in this ball game. Now they can get back in their pressure.
Station has cut that 10-point deficit in half. And we've got 3.5 in the third. Squirming is Holman. High off the glass. Won't go in the rebound. Rashad Faulkner of Station. There's Amari Owens. Pedal to the metal and in.
Big time move by Amari Owens. That's his game, ladies and gentlemen. Transition coming downhill. Now Bryan Station can get into their pressure. They got Great Crossing uncomfortable a little bit.
There's Holman around the clock. Teed up. Vince Dawson. And how's that for an answer?
That's the guy you can't leave open. One of the best shooters in this region.
Vince Dawson always seems to make the big shots. We got a Great Crossing timeout. We're going to keep things here. Just wonderful ball movement, freeing up number 1.
Look at that inside to out. They double down. Leave someone open. Somebody's got to recover. Didn't. Great Crossing made Bryan Station pay.
He has made so many big shots throughout his career.
That's the reason why you have a good team. When you got guys that can step up when it's their opportunity to step up, it makes you just that much dangerous. You double down on Malachi. You got LJ that can make you pay. And if LJ doesn't have it, he swings it over to Vince Dawson. And as you can see, I don't think he's missed a 3 all night. I think 1.
So the lead at 6. Station at 1 point trailed by 10. And they're going to possess the basketball out of this stop. Again, game 2, it'll be a separate stream. We'll have coverage right around 3 o'clock. Tim Glenn will join me for that one, as it'll be Douglas and Lex Kath in the nightcap. Keith Elkins will be with Arshawn Woods for the girls' title game. Should be a doozy as well with Madison Central and Frederick Douglass.
Tell you what, everybody's in the building. The man, the myth, the legend as far as Kentucky high school basketball and an SEC legend. Chris Lofton is sitting over next to us. We're going to get him on sometime today too, Chris.
We sure are. Going to be a tremendous day. Thank you so much for joining us as you watch these productions. We've got 8 games across 4 regions today, and what a wonderful treat for you, and great effort by our production group to get this going. As Station now, let's see how they respond.
Great Crossing goes into their 2-3 zone. There you go. Got to get the ball inside.
Oh, it's going to squirt right off of Adams on the high-low.
Yeah, got to execute that better.
Here comes L.J. Holman threading his way to the basket, and he's fouled on the way up.
He's just a man that's possessed to get to the basket whenever he feels like it. And there's another aggressive move there.
Foul on Justin Richmond, his second, and Station now with 3 fouls in this quarter. As Holman towing the line for 2. He's a plus 70 free throw shooter.
Yes, he is. Lefty, great poise, great body for a young sophomore.
And that one crawls short. That 3 by Dawson just took some air out of the balloon.
Yeah, it did. I mean, and that's why Great Crossing is the team that they are. They don't panic. They weather the storms, and when they get an opportunity to make a big shot, they do.
Up top, Rashad Faulkner.
Got to get the ball to the high post, high-low action. Got to create a 2-on-1 against Malachi Marino right down there.
Deflected away. I think Holman with the length able to get that. Richardson head up. Holman runs the floor.
Can't make those type of mistakes against this good team, Chris. Can't.
There's Owens trying to answer in a foul. Second team Great Crossing foul as Owens to the line for 2.
Ill-advised play here by Bryan Station that leads to a wide open layup by Great Crossing.
So Amari to the line after this replay, and Richardson just the outlet pass, and Holman exploiting the transition defense.
Right on the dime.
Amari now 4 out of 5 from the foul line today.
He's got to continue to make free throws in order for Bryan Station to have a chance. Champ just wants it to go down to the stretch, and hopefully with his style of play, they'll wear Great Crossing down a little bit and have a chance to win at the end.
Well, they do have the depth advantage. There's no question about that.
Yes, they do. There you go. Good job, Amari. Now let's see what Great Crossing does here. Bryan Station gets to get in their pressure here.
There's Gage Richardson. It's a lead back at 7. Largest advantage was 10 for Crossing. They led by 6 at half. Richardson dumps it to Vince Dawson. Dawson. There's a 3 by Mason. Jamari Mason.
Great defensive stance right there by Bryan Station. Oh, you letting him get to his left.
Owens and Dawson able to deflect it out as he's back on defense.
Great idea. I'm glad that he was thinking that way. But that time he should have went up and finished. He had a one-on-one situation. And he came to 2 feet.
Inbound underneath as Tayshawn Adams. Oh my, ricocheted off of Adams out of bounds, and Vince Dawson with a huge defensive play.
Yeah, you can't make those type of mistakes right there in a game like this.
Yeah, every possession magnifies as we near the 9-minute mark of this game.
Yes.
Richardson idling. There's the hook return. 12-foot floater is in.
Great execution right there by Great Crossing.
The lead at 9.
Bryan Station's got to take their time against this zone. Use ball fakes. There you go.
Brunley Fawn off, got his own, denied, followed. And Gerald Gray blows the whistle.
Big time blocks right there by Malachi Moreno. 2 blocks in a row.
So no foul, it's just a side out deflection, and it's Station ball underneath.
Malachi's just showing who he is down there. Nothing easy.
There's Axum far baseline. He made a big 3 in the first half.
Yes, he did.
And Owens veering right, skips in the corner. Axum tries again. Yes!
There you go. That's what I'm talking about, Amari Owens. Use your teammates. Great penetrating kick right there.
How about Jordan Axum? Averages 3 points on the year. He's made 2 huge threes tonight. There's Richmond on the floor.
Great hustle right there by
And
Richmond.
A whistle.
Great hustle. Almost had him.
We got a foul on number 3, Justin Richmond, as we dial up. And Owens, Sean, been very unselfish today.
He's got to be. He's got to be able to trust his teammates in a game like this. This team is too good to just allow him to get in the paint and make plays. Make shots. That was a great play
Inbound
right
to Moreno as he's fouled.
Hey, I'll tell you what, okay, you fouled him. As long as you don't get in foul trouble, everybody needs to use their fouls and make him earn it at the free throw line. Don't get him going in, get him in a rhythm.
It's a third foul on Justin Richmond. And Moreno missed his last two.
Another one. I'm telling you, Chris, that would be my strategy, and I think as champs, don't give him nothing. Make him earn everything at the free throw line. He's already messing with his hand right now. I'll smack down on that ball every chance I get.
Moreno to hoist another. And Bryan chases it down for Station. 2-possession game. Balanced third quarter. There's Tayshawn Adams from 13, and it's
Big time
in!
shot by Tayshawn Adams. Bryan Station's back in this basketball game, ladies and gentlemen.
A very resilient defender team as Crossing protects a 4-point lead, under 10 now, quarter three. Holman squirms back to the right, fades back, it's short. Rebound Moreno, follow, and we're going to the final.
Great fight by Bryan Station.
Going to the final quarter. Great crossing, leading Bryan Station 50-46. More coverage from Glycod right after this.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
4-point ball game as we welcome you back. Great crossing, leading a resilient Station group by 4, and credit to both these teams for making huge plays today.
No doubt about it. You know, you got L.J. Holman, who's taking the pressure off of Malachi a little bit. Then, you know, Vince Dawson does what he does, but man, you got to give credit to Bryan Station, just the resilience in the fight that they're bringing in this game. Really, you know, trying to squeeze down on Malachi, make it tough, and make plays at the free throw line. I think that's a great strategy for Champ right now. Make somebody else on this team beat you.
As Dawson will work it near sideline, Gage Richardson. Dawson working opposite 3, Justin Richmond with 3 fouls.
That's travel.
And
yes, sir. Great. Uh-oh.
And Dawson favoring that right knee underneath the basket.
Oh, it's his ankle.
Let's take one more look as Richmond, very aggressive defense despite the 3 fouls.
I mean, just bodying him up. I told you, Jonathan Richmond is one of the best on-ball defenders in the region, and it was a great example right there, just bodying up on a tougher and taller guy, holding your ground.
And Dawson now out off the playing surface for a moment, as, goodness, we certainly hope to see him as he'll traipse down to the end of the bench.
Great cross and stand in the zone.
And Dawson going back to the locker room. And we'll try to update you as we see him gingerly going back to the locker room. Axum drives.
Great.
It's a 2-point game.
Great aggressive play by Axum. These are the things that he wasn't doing earlier in the year. I'm telling you, Chris, it's tournament time. You never know what to expect from anyone at any particular time.
There's Gage Richardson up top. And Axum, how about the effort? Owens running the floor. Tie game.
Bryan Station's back in this basketball game. Big time right hand layup by Amari Owens.
A great crossing timeout. There's a lot going on. Tie game, 7 left. We'll have more coverage right after this.
Glycon on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycon.
With Fast Signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast Signs, make your statement.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Amari Owens, a transition layup and a tie game with 7 minutes left. There is Vince Dawson. Great camera work, guys. There's Vince's ankle. He's being taped up in the locker room.
Got to get strapped up, Chris. No time for the weak and weary.
That's outstanding camera work by our guys. 7:01 left.
No doubt about it.
Great crossing, staring at some adversity now.
Let's see how they handle it, Chris. Got to dig down on him.
And Dawson coming back as you see him trot back inside. Now he's back over to the near bench and a foul underneath on Bryan Station.
Bryan Station's doing a great job of forcing Malachi to catch the ball way outside the paint to where he's got to either back you down or turn and face. I'll make him turn and face and make me a believer as far as can he make a wide open jump shot or a hand down, man down jump shot.
So Dawson back in. And a tie game. And there's Vince near wing. Richardson spins back as Dawson now shadowed by Jordan Axum, and what a lift he's provided today. There's the entry, the overplay. Adams with the denial.
Great defensive play right there by Bryan Station, just switching everything, and pressing the basketball, making it tough to get the ball into Malachi. Great defensive possession right there by Bryan Station defenders.
As Amari Owens. Station has not had the lead since the middle of the second quarter. They led by 5 at one point. Owens, 15-footer. Rebound occupied by 11 Gage Richardson. Of crossing a basket here would give them the lead.
Got to make it tough for him. He's trying to.
There's Dawson. Back out to Orem. Orem jump stop, acceleration, and Axum no other recourse but to commit a foul.
I tell you what, pay attention to Malachi Marino and Fawn. They're down there battling like no other, and the referees are letting them play a little bit. I like it. I like it, the physicality that the referees allowing these two guys to play with.
Orem, 4 points in the second quarter. That really keyed a crossing run. And he is a very solid young player.
Yes, he is. Plays with a lot of poise for a youngster.
The lead of 1. And Fawn snares for Station.
Remember these free throw situations, Chris. They're going to become apparent as this game goes along.
There's Jordan Axum near wing for Station.
Keep swinging it. Keep moving it.
Adams, fade away. Fawn. How about that effort as he lassos the loose ball and flips it away?
Can't throw it away like that.
And a wrong place, wrong time foul on Jordan Axum of Bryan Station.
Great offensive rebound, way to hustle and get it, but you can't give it back to him.
4th foul on Jordan Axum.
Great on-ball defense right there.
There's Holman all the way to the bucket.
But I tell you what, Justin Richmond set him up for that. Pressured the basketball, made him press going to the basket, and allow Owens to come. Adams to come with a block from the weak side without him seeing it.
So Dawson inbound underneath. Station has had 2 chances to take the lead, and they've not scored on either trip.
Yeah, this is where they've got to become efficient. This is championship basketball right here. It's executing down the stretch.
Rashad Faulkner going to check in. He's trotting on the floor for Station as Jordan Axum out with those 4 fouls.
Great production by Jordan Axum.
Here's the inbound to Moreno. Vince Dawson inside the arc, 17-footer.
So smooth.
Big shot after big shot.
He's so smooth. Jonathan Maddox is getting a good high school kid and Vince Dawson.
Under 5 minutes now in the fourth. Station has crept up the hill, but they've not nudged over the mountaintop just yet. At least not in this second half, as it's out off of Rashad Faulkner.
Yeah, come on. Bryan Station's got to get back in the groove here. 2 ill-advised situations on the offensive end.
So Station now 0 of 3 on their last 3 possessions. As Dawson being shadowed by Tayshawn Adams. There's Dawson weaving his way off Moreno. Rebound, Fawn. And the fouls really piling up now. Station has picked up 4 of them thus far in this quarter.
Great offensive rebound by Malachi Moreno, but I don't know about the foul there. I thought that was a great block by Fawn.
So Moreno back to the line for 2. He's missed his last few.
Great rebound.
Get back to live action here. Don't want to miss this free throw.
There you go. It's working.
Now statistically, I mean, we've seen a lot worse. He's at 64%.
But when you're in a game like this and you continue to get fouled, when you miss a couple, it becomes mental, Chris. There you go right there.
Fawn chases it down and floats it right back to Brady Oram. And Oram, there's Fawn on the backside. And Station staves the possession, and Moreno will up in Justin Richmond and a crossing foul.
Great toughness play right there defensively by Bryan Station, not giving up.
And Brentley Fawn has really given this Station team a lift, as has Jordan Axum off the bench.
Yes, he's great doing great hustle things, but he's got to be smart about taking care of the basketball when he does get it. He's had 3 crucial plays right there where he's done great by getting it and then giving it right back to the defensive team.
There's Owens. Into forecourt for Bryan Station. Justin Richmond to tie the game. Popped out. Rebound secured by Malachi Moreno.
Good look by Mari Owens. Great play. The ball went in and out, but you got to continue to trust your teammates. Great play.
LJ Holman, the stabilizer. Richardson pops out, and Moreno going back to the foul line for 2 as Brentley Fawn whistled his 4th. And again, the team's 5th, so for the balance of the game on every Bryan Station foul, great crossing will shoot 2.
Yeah, I think Coach Champ Liggins got to put Burton in right now just to give Fawn a little blow, because he's going to need him down the stretch. But great deal right there. It's a bad foul it's his 4th, but a great foul as far as putting Malachi back on the line.
So the lead now at 4.
He finally made that one. He missed 4 in a row, Chris.
You would know better than I, but his form looks really solid.
It looks great. I mean, he's got great touch, but it becomes mental, especially in a game like this when you're in high school.
And did not get the roll that time. So the lead at 4, under 4.
Bryan Station still in striking distance.
There's Mari Owens up top.
Just move the ball, get Mari Owens in a situation where he can come downhill with an angle.
Now Tayshawn Adams inching. And the handoff back to 5. Amari Owens, a big 3. Well off, chased down by Fawn.
Great block right there by Malachi Moreno.
Erased by Malachi. There's Gage Richardson. And Owens pleading in a foul.
Great block down there by Malachi Moreno. Adams got it, snuck in there and got an offensive rebound off the short shot. Thought he had a wide open layup, and Moreno comes from nowhere and blocks it.
Gage Richardson on the season, 72% foul shooter. He's been through the battles.
Yeah, he's a kid that you can't let go to the line because he makes you pay, shooting 72% from the line.
Key cog on last year's team as well, and Crossing leaving some meat on the bones. It's a 5-point Station deficit. There's Owens up and in.
Great penetration move right there by Owens.
Got a Bryan Station timeout, the lead at 3. And we'll take a quick timeout. You're watching the 11th Region Semifinal from Glycod.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
A 3-point ball game as we welcome you back. First of 2 11th Region semifinals to follow. Douglas against Lex Cath. That game will tip at 3:30. But a lot still to settle here, and Station trying to set up their defense now, Sean.
Well, now you just got to continue to stay solid. Try to get steals off your defense, but don't overcompensate and give them a run out or numbers. So just keep everybody in front, and once they throw the ball into Malachi Moreno, you got to just crunch down and make it take a tough one. And if he gets too close, just foul him and make an error at the line.
Station's going to send out both Brunley Fawn and Jordan Axum, both of whom have 4 fouls with 3:04 left.
Yeah, Champ's playing Russian roulette here. I'd buy him at least one more minute, if I was him. But, he knows something that I don't. It's his team.
Here comes L.J. Holman, shadowed by 3 Justin Richmond. Entry.
Got to dig down.
Off. Follow goes.
Too late.
2:46 left. Station down 5. Tayshawn Adams, a 3 is in.
Big time Tayshawn Adams. Uh-oh. I told you he's got a lot in his bag. Grandpa George, if you're watching, we talked about this a week or so ago.
There's Dawson. He'll spill it in the lane.
Look at that. Looking like his big uncle, defensive back right there on that play.
Tayshawn has made 2 huge threes today, and as we near the 2-minute mark, Station ball down 2. Again, they've not led since about the 4-minute mark of the first half.
Chris, this is what Kentucky high school basketball is all about. Competitive, nobody giving it an inch. Bryan Station is just doing everything that they can to give themselves an opportunity to win this game.
There's Adams squaring as Moreno out a little more tight this time.
Yep. Now, if I'm Adams next time, he comes. Oh, my gosh.
Now, Station's had a few of those tonight that just make you scratch the cranium.
Yes. And can't have a situation like that in a game like this.
We'll see what occurs on the defensive end as Richmond pesky. Champligan pleading, but it's going to stay great crossing. There's Gage Richardson. Sets the table, and now it's L.J. Holman, the lefty. Holman with a stride.
Look at high-low action right there. Richmond's on the best player.
Brady Orem, the freshman, out in the corner. Now we're under 1:30 left. Entry to Moreno, and again.
No answer to that. No answer to that.
1:20 left. There's Amari Owens up, and whistle blows, and I believe a great crossing foul. And again, Brunley Fawn with those 4 fouls, just not too many options when the ball's caught that deep.
No, and credit to great crossing. They know exactly what they're trying to do. Get that high-low action right there with one-on-one situation for Moreno on Fawn. And there's just nothing that Fawn can do with that type of size and ability.
2 free throws for Amari.
There you go. Make it a ball game, Bryan Station. Keep fighting. But Great Crossing just shows you why they're one of the best teams in the state, Chris, by answering the bell every single time.
Yeah, Vince Dawson has made some huge plays of late, though. It's chased down by Amari Owens. And out of bounds, touch last by Bryan Station.
Unfortunate right there. Amari got his own rebound off the free throw. Great Crossing fell asleep there, got lucky.
Some good discipline by the official there as Amari certainly reacting after that deflection out of bounds with 1:13 left and what is a huge possession for both teams.
Yep. Can't punish a kid for being emotional in a game like this.
Axum working opposite Vince Dawson.
Pressure bust pipes. And the pressure from Bryan Station right there just made Great Crossing give it up.
Champ wants timeout. Got a Bryan Station stop. I believe that's their last. We're going to try to confirm. We're going to keep things here with 56.2 left. And what is a one-possession game? What's the mentality on that sideline?
I tell you what, Great Crossing's got to settle down a little bit. But credit Bryan Station for just staying with it. Continue pressure. Sometimes it wears you down. And that possession right there, that's exactly what it did.
So Bryan Station ball down 3. And for Great Crossing, an uncharacteristic mistake as L.J. Holman could not hang on to that pass.
No, but Bryan Station has to come out with some play in mind to give them something to be able to execute. Don't just come out and then bring the ball out and everybody watches Amari. Get some type of action going. Get Great Crossing's defense moving from side to side. That can create a situation for Amari can come downhill, giving him an angle either to score or kick for a wide open shot.
Arrow in favor of Bryan Station. They will have the ball out of this timeout. Again, these two teams met in the 11th region quarters last year, and Station in Georgetown gave Great Crossing a tussle. Crossing able to finally win late. And also keep in mind, in games settled by 3 points or less, Great Crossing is a perfect 5 for 5.
Well, good teams know how to win down the stretch, and that's the reason why they're one of the best in the state.
As Richmond to inbound.
Got to move.
Tayshawn Adams up top. Adams with that huge 3 of late. He's going to take Malachi off the bounce and come up empty. And here comes L.J. Holman in a critical defensive stand for Great Crossing. There's Holman baseline, floats it over Fawn. Moreno, and on his derriere, Faulkner digs it out. And here's Amari at 22 left. Tayshawn shooting a 3 and the whistle blown in backcourt. Gerald Gray halts play as Brunley Fawn down in backcourt. And the clock will stop, and Station again, to our knowledge, doesn't have any timeouts. In essence, this will give them one.
They got lucky right there. Ball stopped. He can gather his players a little bit. I don't think there's going to be a play for Fawn. So put Burton back in the basketball game and execute something, champ. You got to execute something coming down the stretch to get a great shot. You need a 3 with 16 seconds left to go unless you score a quick 2 under 5 seconds.
So Brunley Fawn in backcourt. The official halted play. And Fawn now up. And it appears he's going to be okay. As Station, again, no timeouts. And due to the dead ball, in essence, it gives them one. What do you call up in that sideline?
Well, you got to call up something to get a 3 or a quick 2. You know, you got to run a situation where who's ever coming off the screen for a 3, the guy who's actually setting the 3 can actually be in a position to get a quick 2 underneath the rim. So let's see what Champ draws up.
Brunley being aided off. He got his bell rung pretty good there.
Yeah, he did.
Well, the old adage, do you go for three or you try to take something hard to the basket?
Well, you take what the defense gives you. If you can get a quick two, then foul, because that's been your remedy. Great Crossing hasn't been great at the free throw line as of yet, as of such in this game. But if you get a wide open three off of great penetration, you can do that also.
Now Steve Page, he's being warned to get back to his sideline. He did not like Gerald Gray blowing the whistle.
Well, he got lucky there because they had numbers. Whether they didn't have numbers, but they had a great opportunity to get a great shot.
So Crossing now calls timeout. This game is, as we expected, two very solid teams. One excellent team at Station, at their best, can play with anyone, and they've done so today.
And the reason why is because they got contribution from everybody who came to play. Even Ashford, who's been a no-show for the last month and a half, has come in and made some big plays, especially a couple shots made in this basketball game. Faulkner, came up. Justin Richmond's been playing well ever since the first of the district tournament. So, and then you got you got Tayshawn Adams, who's hit a couple threes. I think his grandfather saying, we're going to bust that bag wide open and stop keeping all this stuff in and show the world how good of a basketball player you can be.
So Station ball, down 3. As Tayshawn Adams working opposite Brady Orem. Back to Amari. And they're going to need 3 now. No, Owens back out. Tayshawn Adams, who wants to take the big shot? It's Adams. He'll hoist it long. Excellent defense, and Crossing survives.
Great defensive stance right there by Great Crossing. Made it tough for Bryan Station to even get his shot off.
Let's take a look at the whole offensive sequence there.
Just stand in front. Bryan Station felt like they needed a 3. And Great Crossing just stayed home. And that was the best look that they can get. Credit Great Crossing, defense down the stretch. That made it tough for Bryan Station to get a good one off.
Tremendous effort by Bryan Station, but just a little short today. Great Crossing enjoys their 30th win of the season. They'll take on the winner of Game 2 between Frederick Douglass and Lexington Catholic. That final on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. We'll take a quick timeout. More coverage coming up from Paul Lawrence Dunbar, 11th Region Semifinals from Glycod.
Get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a 4-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You've got a lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Cartown Kia, your dealership for unmatched design, performance, and savings at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville. Visit them online at CartownKiaUSA.com.
A great effort today by both teams, but great crossing, perhaps making one or two plays more. They move on as they defeat Bryan Station 59-56. Station had opportunities on the offensive end late in the game to take the lead, but just a couple of incidental errors and a great crossing. Vince Johnson making just some huge shots. Of course, Malachi Moreno making some pivotal plays as well, and great crossing for the 30th time this year with a win as they'll move on to the final on Tuesday. We're going to have a couple of interviews upcoming. Sean Woods is going to chat with, looks like Brady Orem and Malachi Moreno. We'll have that for you right after this.
A lot of places to be. At Cartown Kia, we want to know, where can we take you?
Go for savings in the new 2025 Kia Telluride. Just $399 down and $399 a month. Or a 2025 Kia Sorento. Just $289 down and $289 a month. Or the hot new 2025 Kia K4. Yours for just $199 down and $199 a month.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Wherever you're going, start here at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
Need a tow? Martin's Peterbilt Towing Service is here 24/7. Based in London and Pikeville, we will travel to you. Commercial trucks and trailers, no job too big. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Final score today, Great Crossing defeats Bryan Station 59-56. Let's check in with Sean Woods. He's with a trio of Great Crossing Warhawks.
Here with the winners of the semifinals of the 11th region. Final game with Great Crossing won this game against Bryan Station. Tough one, but I got to start off with the freshman, Coach.
Yeah.
Brady Orm, hey, where you come from, man? What's your name? What's your name, sir?
Brady Orm.
Tell everybody again what's your name.
Brady Orm.
And you ready? You came here to play tonight, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Tell you what, Brady, your contributions to this game was huge and a very welcome addition because you guys need to do everything to be the tenacious and really determined Bryan Station game. What was it about this game that really gave you an opportunity to contribute the way you did?
It was the seniors. They're always pushing me in practice, and then we don't want this to be their last game with us, so it's just playing together and playing for them.
Malachi, to me, is just another day in the office. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Whether you had to come up with a couple crucial blocks down at the end from a great hustle plays by Bryan Station. Take us through that and what you have to do consistently to make sure that your team has an opportunity, from your standpoint, to continue to win games like you do.
I try to just be the defensive anchor of our team, you know what I mean? Just trying to keep people out of the paint, and if they come to the paint, they got to meet with me. So, I try to be the enforcer in the paint and always make sure that, the paint's not open when we play Great Crossing.
I tell you what, you're going to wear that uniform I used to wear. You're going to run up and down that court that I used to. But that's not important right now. The important thing is getting on that court still with this same uniform on. What's it mean to you to continue to have that drive to make sure that you end this high school career that you've had thus far on the right note?
Every year we've always made it to this point, and we've always hit heartbreak. Last year we made it to state semifinals, faced heartbreak. And, it's my last year before I take another chapter in my life. But, I don't want it to end right now. I want it to end in March when I'm holding the biggest trophy.
Coach, it's been a great run thus far. And your players are making plays when need be. We didn't even have LJ up here, who was a big part of this game. Yeah. And also Vince Dawson, who made some key shots. He's so smooth. But tell me, give me an analytic approach to what happened tonight as far as your game is concerned, beating a tough and tenacious Bryan Station team.
I don't know how many Amari had, but I thought LJ did a great job. But I was more proud of LJ. He had 0 turnovers and had to handle the ball a lot, and being thrust into that role halfway through the season. He did an outstanding job. Brady, we knew coming in, Brady was going to have to play a bigger role because of how big they were. And that allowed Malachi to kind of guard, Adams a little bit. Tayshaun Adams, he's really good. And then we kind of mixed it up, and we played a little 3, a little 2, a little man. But when Brady was in the game, I thought we were really successful with our man defense. When he was out, we struggled a little bit in those matchups, getting out on shooters. The outlier for them was really 14 made 2 threes, 11 made a 3. Richmond's been making shots, but Faulkner had 5 early. So, first half was really the other kids for him, outside of Amari and Tayshaun. But, we know how to win. We've had a lot of games like this. That's what I told him before the game. This is nothing new. We knew it was going to be a close game, all the way down to the wire. And, we turned it over once and then got 2 big stops. So, we could have very easily wilted at 40-40 when Trey got hurt. I'm not going to lie and say that I wasn't worried because I didn't know if he was coming back in or not. But, the kids played through that stretch, and then he came back in, and they're just resilient. Again, Malachi talks about heartbreak. The only heartbreak we want is on the 29th, the heartbreak of me never getting to coach kids like Malachi again. That's the only heartbreak I want this year, not walking out with a loss. So, we'll come give it our best shot again Tuesday.
Well, you did what you were supposed to do tonight thus far. You got Douglas getting ready to play Lexington Catholic. What is your opinion about those two teams? Whoever wins, what do they bring to the table that kind of can give you guys problems?
Yeah, my coaching staff's already been working on scouting reports, so I've actually got Douglas. So I watched them before we really started our Bryan Station prep, and we played them in December, but I think they had Jenkins and Surratt had a lot of points, but a lot of kids are playing now. Didn't even, Chenault didn't even play then. Number 4, his name's forgiving me here, the little guard. Yeah, Talbert hardly played that night. So they're going to be a bear. We know they're going to be a bear, but you don't expect anything else in the 11th region. That's the thing about the 42nd district teams is, they've got, both of them, they have to play us once or the other one really. Where we knew for us to win, we knew we might have to go through both of them. But Lexington Catholic's really, they were, Lexington Catholic.
No doubt.
They've won, 16 out of 17. So the great part is last year we played in the second semifinal. So we watched the first one actually at my house. It's going to be actually nice at 3:30 to just sit doan, relax, and be able to, watch the game.
Malachi said he doesn't want any pizza, coach. He wants steak.
Well, Malachi's got to be. He's getting his all. That's the great thing about Malachi. He's coming back this afternoon with a 4.0 GPA to get his all academic, and Trey Dawson has a 4.0. So we got great basketball players, but man, we got better kids.
No doubt about it. And it seems to be in Malachi from one Wildcat to a future Wildcat, man. I've been highly impressed since I moved back because I've been a college basketball coach for so long. But to get an opportunity to watch your growth in a year and a half, it has been very, very refreshing to me. And I know that Mark Pope is getting a great one, and the future is very, very bright for my alma mater once you start. But the last thing is finish this thing the right way for Coach Payne and your community and your teammates. And once you get that done, I'll meet you with open arms once you walk into those doors of Wildcat Country.
Yes, sir. I like how that sounds. I like how that sounds a lot.
And we'll be back on Glycod in just a moment.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Mathnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Mathnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Mathnasium, we're changing lives through math.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Central Kentucky Driving School, raising the bar in driver education. Man of War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. And by Dunn Franklin Auto, driven by family.
Back live at Paul Lawrence Dunbar. Great Crossing moves on with a 59-56 win over Bryan Station. Time now for your final numbers presented by Community Action Council. They are helping people and changing lives. Station made 9 more 3 points than Great Crossing. That's a +9 from threes. And there you see the free throw disparities. Great Crossing, as one would suspect, and 9 more free throw attempts than Bryan Station as the defenders. +6 on the glass, also +3 on turnovers. And we're going to check in. Sean Woods is with a UK, a former Tennessee legend and Kentucky High School Athletic Association legend.
Here with a young person who's a man, he's a myth, and also a legend. From Mason County and also the Tennessee Volunteers, Chris Lofton. Chris, assess that exciting game right there. First of all, what did you see as far as the Bryan Station Great Crossing game was concerned?
Man, it was a high-intensity game. Great for the 11th region, great basketball, fun to watch, and not a better atmosphere in the 11th region. You know, I've learned to watch these games these last few years. I've been in Lexington, so it's always a joy to watch.
I'll tell you what, you had a stellar career at Mason County. Let's just go through it a little bit. You remember me because I coached against you with Demetrius Green and Harrison Morton and Martise Moranis and all those guys, and we used to have battles when you guys were 6 and 7 years old, 7th grade. What was it like, and did you know that you would have a stellar career walking in the doors of Mason County High School?
Well, we always felt confident because we had a coach named Truck at a young age who pushed us, yelled at us, hollered at us, bait us, pay attention and be great. We didn't have a choice but to be great. He never let us slack, cut corners. So at that age, we knew that if we listened to him and kept doing what we're doing, we know we would be successful in high school.
Now, once you left Mason County, Mr. Basketball, won a state championship and everything, tell you how God works. Everybody, including you, really wanted to wear the big blue. But it didn't happen. But you didn't stop. What you did was you went down the street and made a name for yourself. Probably wouldn't have done it as much here, not saying that you couldn't have, but the story was starting to really be written and had a greater chance to be written the way it was going to play for the Tennessee Vols. What was it like once you went there and really established yourself as one of the premier, not only shooters in America, but one of the most heroic and historical players to ever play in the SEC?
Yeah, like you said, it was how God works. It didn't work out. It couldn't have worked out any perfect for me. As a Kentucky kid, I grew up watching you, Darren. Darren was from Maysville.
That's right.
So I grew up watching all those Kentucky teams. I was like, man, I got to put that blue on or even red.
Right.
My family was a Louisville Cardinal family.
Exactly,
fans too.
exactly.
So, I wanted to be a Kentucky boy for sure. But, got other plans, better plans that I had, and led me to Tennessee. And now Knoxville's my second home, and it was a blessing to be down there for 4 years, and I still love it to this day.
You made so much history that, and they appreciate exactly who you were, not only as a basketball player, but as a person. And now there's a documentary out that's going to tell your story of exactly what went on in Chris Lofton's life that a lot of people don't know what went on with your experience down there, the things that you had to go through, the battles that you went through. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, it's just going to talk about, my senior year, just how it was an up and down season for me. I'm coming off SEC Player of the year before, so I have high expectations for myself, and the fan base has high expectations for me. So, it talks about how just things didn't go the way I wanted, the way I planned, and get you a glimpse of the cancer situation, the radiation, just the stuff I went through that year, my senior year.
And I didn't know it, man. And when I saw the previews and things like that, I started making phone calls to people that I know who knew the situation, and it brought tears to my eyes because that was a heck of a fight, man. And not only that, it lets me know even more. I've always thought you were a great young man and always carried yourself in the right way. But that battle right there really made me appreciate you more on the things that you went through that nobody did. And a lot of people wouldn't have gone through that the way you did, but the resilience and the person that you were, really got you through it, your faith, your family. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, it was my faith in my family. They were there every step of the way, letting me know that, everything happens for a reason, that, God, has a plan for everything that happens to us, and we just got to continue to trust him and take it one day at a time, and don't be upset, don't hurt. Just talk to him. He's going to get you through it.
Bruce Pearl, got his team, your former coach, got his team number one in the country, the Auburn Tigers. What do you think about the job he's done there, and to put Auburn, who's always been in the middle of the pack or below average in the SEC, now they're the darlings of the SEC this year. Talk about the job he's done and your experience that you had with him. You're probably not surprised that he's doing a good job like he's doing.
I'm not surprised at all. If you look at Bruce's track record, he wins wherever he goes. He turned Tennessee around, and now he's doing the same with Auburn. And, it just shows how great of a coach he is, and how we just talked about he can manage players and have everybody working together. And, my time at Tennessee with him was great. I learned so much. And Bruce, people don't see the hard work he puts in. Watches a ton of film, studies the game, and he has you prepared for your next opponent. Right. To the T.
That's the reason. There's no surprise why he's who he is.
Absolutely not.
Well, Chris, I'm so proud of you, man. I know you're back in the community doing your thing, and I'm so happy that you were able to get on Glycod, and we can tell your story a little bit. And I can't wait to see the documentary in full, and I hope you can't wait either. You know exactly what's going on, man, but good luck to you the rest of the way, man. You've been a great ambassador to not only high school basketball, to humankind in general.
I appreciate you so much.
And we'll be back with Glycod in just a moment.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Let's take a look at tonight's most outstanding players presented by our dear partners at Elite Building Products. They're locally owned in Nicholasville and offer the best solutions and widest selection for all of your home improvements. For more information, you can visit their Nicholasville showroom off Wilson Drive or give them a call, 859-887-2440. And Amari Owens, a very solid performance today, perhaps his most even game in a while.
Well, he did exactly what a floor general is supposed to do. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. But he got in there. He played under control for the most part. When he was able to finish, he finished. But the plays that I was impressed with was he was playing with his teammates and really created wide-open shots for them. And that's the ability that he has, and he's got to continue to trust that type of part of his game, that you don't have to score all the time every time you come downhill. Trust your teammates. You had a great year this year. You're the second leading scorer in the region, and you got another year I hope you have a great summer, which I think you will. Really work on your jump shot, your free throw shooting, so you can become even more of a prospect at the Division I level.
Amari logged at 32 minutes today. Again, 18 points, and how about that? 75% from the foul line. For great crossing, Malachi Moreno, 19 and 18, and I think maybe 1B would be, or 1A would be Vince Dawson, as he made some huge shots in this game.
Well, they're the 1-2 punch for this team, and then now you throw in A.J. Holman, who's the other guy, and then also you got the freshman coming in who really made some big plays today. But you know who Malachi Moreno is, and people ask me, is this, is that? What really impresses me about him is he can still be effective against these little guys in high school. Most bigs they're projected to be big-time players in college and pro aren't really that effective when they're playing against a bunch of smaller guys in high school. But he's got great hands. He's got great feet. He's quick enough to stay in front of most guys that are not as tall as him or big as him. And he's got great instincts. But, he showed today getting a double-double. That's who he is, and I just looking forward to him hopefully getting to the prize of finishing his high school career off with a state championship. But he's got a tough foe, whoever wins this Douglas-Lexington Catholic game. But in the meantime, he did what he was supposed to do to help his team win.
Game 2 is Douglas and Lex Cath. On the air for that one at 3 o'clock. Tim Glenn will join me. And then coming up for the nightcap, it's Keith Elkins and Sean Woods for the girls' title, Madison Central and Douglas. We have so much more basketball coming up this afternoon. And thank you for joining us. A temporary goodbye for camera operator John Strange, Sheetrock Artistani, producer Steve Bird, and analyst Sean Woods. I'm Chris Labar. We'll see you at 3 o'clock for Game 2 on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been Central Kentucky High School Basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for the real world. College for your world. Tonight's game was brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. Movement that inspires. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Mathnasium of East and West Lexington. Changing lives through math. Roosters, a fun, casual place for wings and more. Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. Community Action Council. New Vista. Tech 24. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment. And Fast Signs.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been Central Kentucky High School Basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for the real world. College for your world. Tonight's game was brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. Movement that inspires. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Mathnasium of East and West Lexington. Changing lives through math. Roosters, a fun, casual place for wings and more. Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. Community Action Council. New Vista. Tech 24. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment. And Fast Signs.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.